Can you hear it now, though?
Well, but there was...
All right, so now you've got audio. Drop that in here. Pitch it over here. Now we should have audio. Any chance that you're hearing anything there, Vince? Okay. So we figured out how to put the audio in.
That's no distortion.
Mm-hmm. No, it actually probably sounds pretty decent, doesn't it?
Probably what it was earlier. Better if we would get an actual mic.
Well, oh, I said not laid down. But I mean, like that is actually. Are you not somewhat excited about this?
Yeah, we really figure it out. I think we need to like have a couple test runs.
Well, and that's what I was.
All the equipment.
Well, and that's what I'm thinking is like, what? When can we get the equipment?
Well, we can make a list now and order it.
I think we should do that right now.
Oh, let's do it.
Okay.
Pull up my laptop. So, what can we think of? Lights?
Well, yeah. But here we go. Set yourself up at the table and let's see how it looks. Okay, so
lights. What else?
I think we go with the same set of lights that we currently have.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is what we're thinking about is having. Yeah, you kind of you got your camping stool. Okay, so this is so bright. Yeah. But this is definitely what we're thinking about, right? From a setup, being able to have so much junk on this. So light, so we need a DSLR. The other thing I was looking at is...
And that DSLR must have an audio in.
Well, do we even care? If we're going to run all the audio through this...
Well, then we just get a mic.
We need to get a USB mic.
Yes.
It's got to be a USB mic. Okay,
but
so
what else was it on the DSLR that we wanted? There was audio and...
Well, it's got to have clean HDMI.
Well, it's got to be an HDMI.
But I mean, like, that, if we basically, that unit was what, $300? So we could just
Came
buy
with a
another.
lot of shit.
I know, we could just buy one of those.
Okay, mic, and then we need another video card.
Well, we need 2 video capture cards.
2 more.
For this, so
Right.
we're going to be using, I think, our GoPros for our wide shots.
And we need a, what was that?
HDMI mini or micro?
We'll check.
I hate how this tastes. Just,
Well, that's how you make sure it survives.
I don't know. It just says HDMI. But it's an
I mean, that's
HDMI
gotta be
out.
a micro, right?
Yeah, I mean, we could probably Google that real quick and see what. So one of the things we're going to be using this for our wide shots. It's a Hero Black 7. The thing that I do like about the Hero Black 7, it is super, super smooth.
Mini display port to HDMI.
This will give you a much better idea. Hold on a minute. Okay, we got this going on right now. This, I'm just going to show this to the camera. That is what our
Probably send that
current
picture
setup.
in
Yeah,
the
probably.
comments of the video.
Well, I was going to do this. Let's do this. We'll take this. Watch.
Yeah, airdrop it into your.
Well, I cannot get the AirDrop. For some reason, the AirDrop on my own computer.
Hello, can you please give me what I think?
How do I view my AirDrop thing? Should just pop up, shouldn't it? Now that I'm in here.
You have to search for airdrop.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, that is a micro, if you ask me. Right? This one, for example.
Yeah, I got AirDrop on here, and it's like, oh, I don't know what to do. I want to AirDrop this file to my computer, and it's the worst. We're both on the same Wi-Fi. I don't know what the deal is.
Right, what else do we need? Another stand, right?
Yeah, we need another, but we need to get that off the cheapest place possible.
What is that called? Tripod.
Yeah, tripod.
That it?
Hold on. I'm trying to share this with my friends, namely Phil. Phil, we're trying to connect with you via YouTube right now. So if I go on here, let's just pull up the screen capture, and we'll pass this over here. I'm looking for. I mean, this thing's got to be just gobbling all of my system resources right now. Plodding along. There we go. Well, what I was going to say is I was going to pull up a link to this, but I think there might be some issues if we if we try to do that. Mainly, I would love to know what my PC can and cannot handle. One of the things that we can definitely handle is a little bit of video. So here we go. Probably a new set of lights. That's a definite, don't you think?
Yep, that's what I'm looking at right now. So
Hey.
Damn.
And those are the ones that we had before, correct?
Because I'm on my Groupon, checking that out. So let me Google. Those apparently.
Oh, Phil is on. Apparently, Phil is watching. Phil, welcome. Welcome to the show. We've actually got some things figured out now where a moment ago, before we lost power with the other camera that we were using. Well, one of those things that we're going to be using here soon for our wide shots is going to be this little guy. It's a GoPro Hero 7. Phil, if you perhaps have, we need an HDMI mini cord. I think it's a mini out. And then we micro out. We do that. We're going to have a couple things. We've got to get power for our other DSLR that we've been running things on. The other thing that we've discovered, haven't figured out how to switch things over here, but if you want to follow us on Twitter, QueensTrack1 is our Twitter handle. We should put up the rest of those as well. The hard thing about having the computer linked to the camera is when I move that thing, it's such a pain. The other thing too, that as we're, typically if we were doing the YouTube feed before, we could actually see if anybody was commenting, what was happening on there. Not having that ability right now. And for some reason, the live stream, I want to go live. Here we go, we're live. For some reason, the live stream, I want to go live. Here we go, we're live. Let's turn the audio off. Like this. I mean, do we need it? We almost obviously want, I think, an omnidirectional mic.
Yeah.
How much is it? Yeah, well
it
that's
was
not
50,
much. Condenser mic.
$18.
Well, yeah, we could just get 2 of those. 2 of those, we can link both of those up. What do you think? Would be
Let me
cute.
see if there's something that's more like put in the middle of the table.
Right, and that's what I was going to say. Something that everybody speaks to, and we're not.
Ooh, yeah, well, that one's like $130, $50.
Man, this thing has got so much. What if I just delete this out here? I absolutely love this. Now, the real thing, I cannot figure out how to get this overlay. Shot layer properties. Stretch, fit, scale, position, crop, color, drop, shadow, pro. Opacity. What I really am trying to figure out, how do I bring this QueensTrack1 layer over the top of the current layer that we have? Just super obnoxious. Don't see any chatting going on right now. Live chats. Boy, that thing's so short. I wonder if that's just because that's on the.
Yeah, I think that was that. 2 more capture cards.
Well, don't. We should just go get those from what you thought.
Agreed.
Just be done with it. All right, let's. There we go. Hopefully that makes, you can see that our QueensTrack1 is a little bit larger, a little bit more obvious. I really want to, can you pull up the feed on here and see how it looks? Ooh, fixing your Volvo, huh? Not on that. Not on my, you'd have to search Jim Barrington.
Yeah, but I have my subscription. Three.
Well, you?
Maybe. So we have about 7 seconds in case someone
Yeah.
puts their nipple out.
In case we have a Janet Jackson incident. Can't figure out how to. Here's the layer. This is what I was looking for. Look, see this? So this way I can move the ordering. That drops a logo out. That's in the shot layer. Okay, so here we go. I'm going to take this and I'm going to go overlay, Twitter feed. Here we go. Okay, got it. Still have not figured out how to add. Go into this clear layer. Bam, I drop that in there. Drop that completely out. Put this in there. Still have not figured out how to duplicate shot, rename shot. It's not necessarily that I want to add another shot. It's that I want to add another layer. Here it is. Okay. There it is. Vince. You just have to do the overlay on the shot. So it's a okay, so we're going to bring this in. What we're learning is that all of the different overlays that we're doing require us to build it into the actual shot. It's not that I've got different layers. It's that I build different shots with different transitions on top of them. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Shot layer properties. Man, the problem is I can't find the text anymore. Fade in, fade out. So here it is.
Oh, there's a deal off for 70 bucks.
Okay, and then I want font size 52.
That's the bottom.
The bottom of what is broken?
The shot.
Check that out. Well, no, because this is paused right now. He's super, super far behind. So if you look at it now, looks great. See that?
Yep. It's a lot better.
Is your oh, you dropped out of it. Tom says you guys are just sitting there.
Correct.
Got things updated. Very excited about this. I am curious. I would love to hear how this stream is actually. How's it look? Ooh, feedback on your assignment. Starting to figure things out now. So basically, we've got different cameras. So we'd have to actually plot all of this out and have all these different shots before we could go to that.
Looks good now, and it's just your webcam.
Yeah, it is. I mean, honestly, if we get things, well, if we get the video off of the webcam here and be able to use the computer and sit at this, I think sitting at this, I love that. I love that concept because we can get it in the shot a little bit more, kind of like you were talking about on the Joe Rogan show, and then we can actually take and use these to feed into the YouTube feed. It's only $250 for that for the software, which would be less than buying the editing software that we had talked about. I'm more interested in the live TV and being able to have some transitions. The other thing is maybe you can't do multiple computer webcams through the source for video. Like, could I plug this HDMI out into that HDMI feed? No, I couldn't. No. And it probably could and use it as a source. Really, we're just trying to think outside the box and provide opportunities for people to feel like they're being appreciated. And I like just talking about the sport of track and field. What if I take this off of the QU Wi-Fi? That could 100 million % be my issue. I keep thinking that it's an issue with the feed, and it's more than likely an issue with QU Wi-Fi. Would you agree? Because I'm probably hogging all of the bandwidth out.
Yeah, but this is fun.
Yours is super smooth? Mm-hmm. So why are we having issues with my... and visual? I don't know. It's good. So we're smooth here now. Send that back to this, fade that out. Well, I like some of the options that we at least have. Curious what some of the other options are as far as overlays. QR code generator, image carousel, scoreboard, love that. Media files, browse disk, stock media library, network, web page, web stream, overlays, backgrounds.
What camera do they have?
It's a T6.
We want another camera.
Yes. Yes, we do.
I don't know if those will be better or worse. That's a T6?
Mm-hmm. Pretty sure why.
There's a T7 here. For 700.
What if we do this and we add, it's here, we'll add source, we add video capture, and we go FaceTime, and we move that here.
Well, now you can.
See what I'm saying? There we go.
Wait for it.
But you can even turn a little bit. You'd be like, this evening I have Vincent Schneider on with me.
Which way do I? Oh, this
Oh,
way.
you just look straight at it.
Hello.
Hello, Vince. What can you tell us about the developing situation there where you are?
Why don't I just come over here?
Have you heard anything from the Parliament floor?
So I'm currently in Germany.
Yeah. Now, I'm with Vincent Schneider, who is currently working at our news desk in Germany. Vince, what can you tell us about the situation? Queenstrack, Germany. There you go. We could.
This looks so good.
Like if we set up a different background, like behind you, you'd be like, "Yes, the situation is very dire."
Very different here.
Change your lighting a little bit.
And I'll just wipe it out. Well, you can stick it into my bag, right? No, that's not just. Too low.
I am with Vincent Schneider, who is with a cardboard cutout of a woman. Vince, what can you tell us about the type of action you're experiencing there?
Pretty good.
The action is dramatic. I don't know who that is either. You know, for as long as I've been here, could not tell you who that is. But it almost, we're very close. Richard, you're going to get run over.
We should just, can you spit in here?
But it won't be high enough.
It's like
we need
a really bad produced like, sports channel deal.
Yeah, and we're the only watcher currently. Let's see if I can send it to my wife. She'll be like, I don't want to watch. But we're definitely figuring a lot more out of the system around.
I mean, you should be able to do that with 2 cameras.
Right, because I'm going to add 2 different, and I can resize them. That's what I like about it, is I can resize the feed.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm not actually in a different shot. It's just it kind of looks like it though, right?
Yeah.
It would go all the way.
But this is pretty cool. Like the professionalism of this compared to the nonsense that we've been doing in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Like just the production value of this, just with the nonsense that we've got going on here, looks totally different than when like, Tom, tell me about your week.
Mm-hmm.
My week was terrible. I think the other thing that's super important, and I'm talking to you guys as much as I'm talking to Vince about this, whoever watches it, I guess.
Well, you're looking over here. I'm not next to you.
Is the ability to have people that are good at telling stories and good at narrating what's happening. Right now, if we look at like the group that we have coming in, and I change this over to here.
I can sit relaxed.
I think potentially we have like a really good group. I mean, every single year we win cross country, indoor and outdoor. Maybe we get to the point where we're competitive nationally too, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Boy, that lit up the back a little bit. And it's just kind of a struggle to get past being a decent regional team and becoming a team that's relevant nationally. Because I think this year, even though our ranking was 3rd men for everything, nobody really notices because we were 9th, and 9th. So irrelevant. People notice when you're top 4. but I don't know where we're at. I'm looking at my computer monitor right now. There's a picture of Rico on there on the stand. After having gotten first, which I can't even throw up there right now because I don't know I don't know where that file is. Is it on
Oh,
my,
you can. No, you can only go to Chrome, right?
no, I don't open anything. But I don't
And
even
just
know.
the
Ooh.
screen cap of your desktop.
Eh? No, look at this.
Yeah, that's what I mean with screen cap.
I realized later on.
So I want to do exactly this, but at home in my.
Okay, there we go. Super easy. Look at that. Okay, so I'm looking at this picture, and this is when we're at Kingsville, Texas this last year. And that's a picture of me congratulating Rico on winning the national championship in javelin. I don't know that it's going to be that easy for us to the difference between ninth and fourth is nothing. Okay, so this year we scored right around 20 points indoor, 20 points outdoor. Top three is 40 points. I mean, it literally, and what does it cost us to get a Rico on the team? One scholarship. We have 12 scholarships every year. But the problem is you can't just find a Rico every year.
Yep.
And you can't find a Rico based upon the number of scholarships that we have, and we've got other difficulties like we need roster sizes, and if the only thing we were trying to do was win a national championship, then we would have small rosters. We wouldn't win our conference championship. We wouldn't be the best team in the region. We would be the best team in the nation, which is they're examples of that. St. Augustine's is one of those teams that does those things. But again, it's a difficulty.
Same with Wingate. Like we won that conference, but they were higher ranked nationally because they had a couple guys that would all of the years that I was in.
Yeah, so I mean, just taking you back to that. Yeah, taking you back to that picture again. I mean, the team that was second at nationals is just to the left of Rico there, Angelo State. But I think philosophically, it goes back to how do you build your teams out? What do you expect success to be? Angelo doesn't have any distance runners. We've got a ton. But indoors, they scored a ton of points. Outdoors, we didn't execute. We had a young man that scored in the 800 indoor, did an outdoor, and then we had another one that scored 8 points indoors, scored 3 points, so that's a loss of 5, and then another one that scored 10 indoors that scored 6 outdoors. So we missed out on 4, 5, that's 9. We missed out on 10 points. So take wherever our standing was and give us 10 more points. I guarantee it moves us up 3 more points in the standing. Now, long term, it doesn't make a difference because we're not top 4. It's just it's just a higher point pool. But again, just if we go back to that, we would like to have 4 more Ricos on the team. And I think we do. I mean, Martin Nauer, it's almost like we just need time with Martin. He gets better every single year. Threw almost a meter better this year in shot put. If he gets to 19 meters, he scores.
Yeah.
If we get Stevie on track, he scores. If Rico scores, if Felix scores, if Adam Wright, the new kid coming in, scores, if the other kid that we're working on right now, Simon, scores, that's, if Goodmunder puts things together and throws 63, 64 meters at a national meet, he scores. So, I mean, you could nickel and dime it to the point, a returner, Anthony Raftis. If he progresses to where he can score in the 10K, if Nick Kipkenny puts things together, he could score in the 10K. Eric Sanchez could score in the 10K. So, I mean, like, I think that the team and the program continues to grow. It's just getting there.
Yeah, you can't just make big jumps in 1 year.
Well, you
happen.
can.
Well,
I think it would be
things structurally
disruptive to
have
your culture.
change.
Yeah, I think it would be disruptive to our culture. Because we would, I mean, there are other schools within our division that just are very cutthroat, for lack of a better term. And if you're not making the grade, if you're not getting things done, you are gone. But I'm super excited about what we have going on here, as far as being able to just put out a quality product and actually talk and not have to edit it then afterwards. You know what I mean? Now, I mean, I think you have to become a little bit more articulate and better about being able to talk online. But I mean, I think Tom and the rest of the guys can figure that out. But we do need 2 more lights.
Yes.
We'll order that tomorrow, or you order that tonight?
I can order it right now.
Yeah, what have we got?
So I have lights.
Yep, that's the same thing. Order it.
I have this mic.
Order.
Which, if we put it here, we only need 1.
Yeah, I bet it captures plenty of audio.
And then I have this stand. You can also pick this up with that. And I don't know if you
we can get that at Best Buy.
Yeah.
How much is it there?
Look, that's an Amazon Basic. I don't know if there's a difference.
Order that one because it will be HDMI cords that you buy in a store are always 4 times as much.
That's true.
And they do the same thing. They're just HDMI.
This is 15 feet too.
Yes, let's get that. That is awesome. Can you get this feed? So what's the feed that we're running out of the DSLR right now? That cord. That was HDMI.
Mini HDMI to HDMI.
So hold on.
So we need
is
another
that
one
the same? This is different. That's what we need for this DSLR. Now we also need a battery pack thing for this DSLR.
Yeah, what is that called again?
I don't think there's DC in on this. And we need one of these, which is a. Let's take a look at that.
Oh, okay. Molly Jones. Is this what you wanted me to look at?
Is she watching?
Scott, I'm here. I don't know. I found one.
Yes, we're just sitting. Yeah, say something. Say absolutely. Just wanted to show what we're working on. Yeah, this does not have a. So you buy a. Yeah, see this right here? See this port right here? So when you pop this open, which they could make these doors so much easier. I can get this to here. Yeah. Okay, this right here opens, and then it goes down in there, and there's the cord that comes out the side so that you can close it, so that you can run indefinitely. Now the quality, I would say that these shoot is far, 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 far. Oh, here's why I wanted to get a different camera. Higher quality autofocus. Because this thing you have to be like, and it's just like, what do you want? The other ones that I've seen guys use, it's just like, as you bring something up to it,
and it moves with.
Yep. Yeah. And I don't know. Do you think that's us? Is that a user error? Or is it the lens? Well, the lens is a Canon.
It might be. It's just, I don't know if it's like set up to be this autofocus video camera, you know.
Well, that's what I'm saying a T7 is, I believe.
Yeah. And this is a 6.
Yeah, query a T7 and see what our costs would be on a T7.
T7 I pulled up earlier for $400 for a bundle. Amazon, but I found it. Yeah, this is $400, $429, $550, so T6, $350. Well.
I don't know if I've got. What is this? Are my text messages starting to come through my computer without me even doing anything? Oh, it's from May. Okay, so I can bring this back over here. Yeah, and see, this is what I want to do. I want to be able to share stuff like this. So this is from a friend of mine. Just showing one of his athletes running through some wickets. And wickets, as we're looking there, so you've got your first series of pictures is on the left, which I always get confused. I want to go left to right, but they're numbered. So you can see she's in single support on 1. She's completely out of support on 2, 3. She's starting to come down 4. She's back into single support. And what we're always looking for is we're looking to see both the thigh and the rest of the leg parallel. So both knees together basically when we're at touchdown. I'd like to see a little bit more dorsiflexion in the foot as it reaches the buttocks on 4. It's neither here nor there. I want to zoom a little bit. Can I zoom on this? There we go. Bring that up. All right, now, okay, so on 4 here, you can see I'd like to see a little bit more dorsiflexion here. She's still plantar flexed. Even with her prep for the ground, like I never see a ton of dorsiflexion. A lot of plantar flexion. The toe is pointed. Even here, toe is pointed. Even as we prepare to hit the ground, toe is pointed. Contact with the ground, toe is pointed. So what happens is there's an amortization of or yielding of the gastroc and the soleus at foot strike. And what you get is you get an actual sinking in the hip, and you can't really see that here. Let's see if I can move this up a little bit. Now let's move back to this. I'm going to have to learn how to manipulate this a little bit better. Okay, so you can see that. So now, as you're running, you can see that at foot strike, what happens in max flight mechanics, one of the things that determines how fast you're moving is the amount of time that you spend on the ground. Well, if you spend a lot of time here with a soft ankle, you're increasing ground strike time. And that means we're on the ground, 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 waiting to get off the ground. So a great example of that, if I can pull that up. I wonder if I've got any, these are videos. These are videos of Tom on the bus. What I'm looking for is actual video from practice. Don't think this is it. Oh, also seeing over here that it's on the cloud. So down here, it's trying to download something, and that, not what I want. I don't want to be sitting here forever waiting for that to download. Did you download a few of those? Or did you order a few of those?
Not yet. I need to put the credit card in instead of mine. But I can get the lights and the other thing.
So again, this is obviously my personal channel, but we will do a couple more coaches shows here. Queen's Track 1, if you want to follow us on Twitter. I don't really tweet. And let's see how much this crashes my computer's ability. Where'd all my stuff go? There it is. I'm going to pull this up. I'm going to go Canon T6 corded battery pack and see what that does. Shazam, my friend. I think that's what we want. DC coupler. Because if we look at it, apologize for the horrendously slow internet. See that?
Yep. That'll do.
Shoot, that's right on the. Helps you draw directly from a wall outlet, but that doesn't seem to have. Yeah, where's the AC adapter? That's the thing that we're looking for.
Oh yeah, you're right.
See what I'm saying? Like that doesn't. That's just the DC port. Let's go back here. I want the whole thing. Yeah, AC power adapter kit. So this works with T4, T5, and T6. Yes. Okay, so this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah. Because that's our battery. The whole thing. Battery and everything.
This is the AC power adapter for DRE10 DC coupler kit for Canons. This is AC power adapter for Canon Rebel T3, T5, and T6 cameras. Show me more. Nope. That right there. So that cord comes in there, plugs into that, and that fits into the battery pack right there.
So that's all that is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
18
that's
bucks.
Exactly what we need.
That is exactly what we need. So you know how to search for that?
Yeah. I mean, just copy that, put it in the group chat.
Slide over the group chat. For Vince. Well, I could actually put it in the private group chat I have with Vince. There you go. Now you know how we do things. Let's see what it says here. Hold on. It says on here, hold on. Does not work for the T6i. This is a T6. What's the difference between the T6i and the T6? So T6i better?
The difference is that you can't use it.
Fair. Not. Well, all right. Thank you guys for watching. There's nobody watching right now.